On this episode of The Guilty Crafter, I'm going to show you how to make costumes for your kids out of recycled sweatshirts and hoodies. I'm Angela Daniels, and I'm driven by guilt. I feel guilty when I'm not crafting. I feel guilty when I am crafting. I feel guilty when I buy stuff for crafting, and I feel guilty when I don't use what I buy. That's why I'm the Guilty Crafter. I don't know, this is like what I aspired to when I became a mom. All I wanted was someday for my kid to grow up and be able to say that their mom made them Halloween costumes, plural, but I've dialed it back a little bit, and I think if my kids can grow up and say that I made them at least one costume, I will feel like, you know, I've accomplished something. Costumes are a little bit easier because they don't have to be constructed very well. They're only for one day. They're in the dark. People don't see all the unfinished edges, and they're super temporary. So even I feel semi-confident about making Halloween costumes. I start with something that's already made. So if I can find something, so this year I made this for Tabitha. I got this old fleecy jacket. You can see it's all torn up here because what I did, this had a fur-lined hood, so it's kind of like this. And she had to be a teddy bear for a class play. So I cut the hood off. I mean, I literally cut it off. I didn't do anything fancy there. I turned it inside out, and I took the little pieces that remained from the lining right here and turned the little pieces left over into ears. And then I got super ambitious, like my version of ambitious, which is I sewed a whole button on. This is another like white sweatshirt kind of fleece hoodie thing, but the inside is secretly fabulous. So I'm just gonna do the same thing I did with the teddy bear hood. I'm gonna turn it inside out, so this is gonna be like a little cheetah kind of deal. And you can see that when I cut along the hood, I'm still gonna have lots of fur. This is actually more than the teddy bear one I made. So I don't know, I can make her a little vest, or I could at least make ears on top. Minimal sewing, but technically I get to tell people I made it and I used my sewing machine. You have to remember before I show you my finished product, this is Halloween. It's gonna be dark. This is not permanent because, you know, it didn't exactly turn out the way I thought it was going to. So I have a couple tips for you. Mark where you're gonna put the ears before you put the ears. I had a lot of trouble with the ears because that's the sewing part. This part, just trimming the back, I'm an expert at that. But this part with the ears got a little character, like it has character. This is how you know your mom made this because it's not perfect. I am Angela Daniels, the Guilty Crafter. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can leave them down in the comment section or tweet me at Guilty Crafter.